That's some high quality H2O. Yeah. Welcome to the live stream. Waiting for people to find it. Check it out. I don't do notifications. I just go live whenever my brain feels like going live. So welcome. Dropped a video today. Yes, we did. We dropped another video. Today's video was talking about licenses. What type of license to obtain to get into this industry? And it really only pertains to operating equipment in this country. So I cannot talk about any other licenses but the ones I got because it's my opinion and what I've been through. Ta-da! Yes, so licenses. What licenses should you get to run equipment? Well, first off, right off the bat, you gotta get a driver's license. So if you're one of those kids that likes to stay home and watch YouTube videos and do nothing with it, don't be an operator. Stay home. Sometimes it's safer. Driving is very dangerous. Gotta get your license. Gotta get a driver's license. So we touched on that. Driver's license. Don't have to get the CDL. The CDL will help, but it's not necessary. It's not necessary to get your commercial driver's license. I did touch on the fact that if you do get your commercial driver's license, it will help you pursuing getting other licenses that you need to run equipment. But the CDL is not necessary. But we could talk about that here if you'd like, on what to do to get your CDL. I'm pretty sure now it's a federally mandated law that you have to go to school. You have to have some type of training. Back when I got it, it was not. So back in the day, it was a lot easier to get your license. Today, I don't know. I don't know all the reasons and rhymes and reasons. But to get your license, I'm pretty sure it's a federally mandated law that you have to go to school. Some type of training. We have local training around here in New England to get your commercial driver's license. It will help you though, because there is equipment that you may run that need that license, like a loader. A rubber tire loader with a steering wheel, not the joystick ones, with a steering wheel requires you to have a CDL over a certain weight. A mini loader, I think you're good. It's anything over 26,000 pounds and one. I think they do that for school bus purposes. But if you do get that, it will help you pursue different licenses that you need to get. So the CDL is not mandatory, but it will help you. So a driver's license is imperative if you're going to go down this path of running equipment. So we touched on that. We said the CDL will help. And then we talked about the other licenses that you need in certain states. I did in that video ramble off what states are necessary to get those. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but I think New York is one of them, Pennsylvania, Illinois, which is Chicago, Boston. So the major cities you need them in. I think Iowa is one of them, or Ohio, I forget. But there's a handful of states in the country that you need to obtain a state-funded or a state-applied license in order to run heavy equipment in that particular state. The only license that you would need, which is a federally mandated license, besides the CDL, if you get it, you don't necessarily need it, but if you decide on running cranes, that's a federal license. You need to get a license that covers you throughout the country. Not every state mandates a crane license or hydraulic license, but to have those in your possession, in your wallet, will only help you provide an easier path down that career. And that license that you need to get is called an NCCCO, which is a National Crane Certification that goes right across the board. And that license, that NCCCO license, has multiple stages in that license for every application of crane that you may end up running, down to a baby neck breaker crane all the way up to a tower crane. So that's imperative if you're going to go down the path of running a crane. Again, like I said in a previous video, I'm going to hit him up again. I'd like him to see if we can collaborate, either do a live together, collaborate, and he can go into depth of much deeper than I can about that federal license, because he has one. I do not have that NCCO license to run cranes, because I'm a dirt guy. I've been a dirt guy since I was 16 years old. I told you that. I told you, all the subscribers to my channel, that in a video probably like 7 videos ago, and I just fell in love with dirt. I love doing dirt. I love anything to do with dirt, site work, anything. Dirt, dozers, loaders, excavators, digging pipe, loading materials, moving it, just everything. Anything to do with type of moving the earth, basically. That's my slogan of the company I currently work for. Their slogan on all the back of their equipment says, "We move the earth." But anyways, I'd like to hit him up. He's one of my subscribers. He's actually a personal guy that I met through the line of work that I'm in, and maybe we can do a collab video. I'd love to do a live, side-by-side live, and you guys can ask questions, or me and him could just talk in depth like I talk anyways now, which I like it. So, and I like sharing the knowledge, like I've already told you guys on multiple live streams. I think this is my 6th live stream, and I'm keeping it real. I don't want any subscribers that don't want to be here. I don't need extra likes. If and when I monetize this channel, how we doing? Welcome to the live stream. Just keeping it real, man. Just rambling. Bear with me. So, and you guys already know what my future is with this channel. I already have on my main channel. This channel is strictly to get information out to the younger generation, to try to make sure that they know they're not lost. I don't want them to be the lost generation. I have 2 kids that are younger than most of the viewers here that are gonna find this channel, let alone the live stream, because you can doom scroll and look through the people that are writing people's names down and doing live streams to try to get you guys to, you know, go to my Venmo, add a super chat. They're like trying to beg for money. That's pitiful. That is a pitiful way to produce yourself as a content creator on this platform. No way, no how. I will never do that. Never have since 2012. What am I driving? Not driving anything, my man. I'm operating a piece of equipment. This live stream is connected to my channel, my 2nd channel. It's an excavator. So this channel, it all depends. Go check out my videos, some of my shorts. It's all construction based and trying to get the younger generation, appreciate that, thank you, the younger generation into the blue collar trades. You know, the tech companies, the coders, all the people that are worried about AI coming to take their jobs, and everyone's panicking, and you know, some of the white collar people that are trying to have like midlife crisis. I've got subscribers that are literally reaching out to me, older than me. I'm in my 40s, and I have enough knowledge, I feel at least 25 years of doing this stuff to share this with the kids that are coming up 17, 18, 19 years old, that are working at those coffee shops and those dead-end jobs, or they want to better themselves and they're afraid to make that jump. They're afraid of the next door, or closing a door and opening up another one. I'm trying to be wicked transparent, and I always have. I've been on YouTube since 2012. I'm a very, very small content creator. I don't care if my videos reach 20 people or 500 or 5,000. I like putting this stuff out there. It's a hobby to me. It brings me joy in my personal life. It's a hobby, and that's what I do. I coach basketball for kids. I enjoy sharing information, but take it for a grain of salt. Just because I'm saying it doesn't mean it's going to happen to you. So this is all personal experiences that I'm sharing with the internet. So remember that stuff when you see people talk to you on the internet. A lot of them are trying to twist a narrative to make sure that you guys understand that's a lot of people are more transparent nowadays, thank God, because it's all personal accountability. So, you know, take what I say with a grain of salt. This is my personal experience. It may not be exactly the blueprint to take with you, but the knowledge that I share through my long form videos, my shorts are fun. I like doing the shorts with the music and all that stuff. That's a blast. And my main channel, I already have monetized. I'm not even doing lives on that channel. I want it organic and as transparent as I can. So that's where I stand with that. But yeah, if you got any questions, man, I'm not sure what's your name, Parker. No, I'm gonna call you Park. Jay Holland Park. Where you from, bud? You don't have to go crazy, but I'm in the United States. You don't have to get personal, but I don't know if there's something you're interested in, running heavy equipment or the trades at all, if you're a tradesman. Normally my live feeds do find trades guys. I got electricians, and I've had electricians. I've had guys that are working, trying to get into this career. So the UK, right on, man. Yeah, I'm from the States over here across the pond. But yeah, you guys got some cool equipment out in the UK. I run a Mechalek. I actually, in some of my live streams, I got hats. I wear hats. Got my hair. Finally got my hair cut. You'd have to go back and see some old videos. But anyways, the Mechalek, or that's how I say it. But It's an amazing, cool machine that's very versatile. It's like a skid steer and excavator together. I'm pretty sure that's made out that out in that area where you're from. Looks good. Yeah. My wife says I'm going gray. I like it. Listen to the gray hair guys. That's what I used to do when I was young, man. When I got into this stuff, man, I took what all the gray guys told me, because I know they all did it the wrong way, the first way. So now I'm a gray-haired guy. Not quite full gray, but I'm going that way. So I like sharing my knowledge, because I remember when I was a young man, 18, 19 years old, trying to break into this industry as a laborer, which some of you may not know. A laborer is a guy that goes on the ground and labors for work, shovel, all that stuff. And a lot of the older guys were very, very afraid to show the younger kids, at the time was me, how to do what they're doing. And I think it was based on losing their job, which I never understood that, because a company's going to hold on to somebody with a tenured career that knows things, 25 years of experience. You shouldn't worry about any young kid taking your seat at all. And I'll never have that. And if the kid takes my seat, he's well deserved if he's better than I am what I'm doing. And I know I stand up. I know I'm not perfect at everything. I know where my strengths are. I know what my weaknesses are, but I'm willing to learn. That's a huge thing that I mentioned in a video, which we can touch base on here, is being open-minded and being willing to learn. I don't care if it's in the trades or not. I don't care what you do for a living. If you're able to listen and take advice, but be critical of that advice, you'll succeed in anything that you do, which I find very fascinating that people don't look at it that way. But anyways, so back in the day, like I said, those old timers, man, they wouldn't give you the time of day. They'd look at you and like, nah, I'm good. This kid can get out of here. I'm good. I don't want to share my knowledge with him. And I've said previous videos and in live streams, and I'll say it here again. So if someone's seeing this video, which will be a video after the live stream, I make it go to the channel. I put it as a video. And that's why I'll talk throughout the live stream. I don't want to sit here blank and, you know what I mean? I read people's comments. I try to answer questions if those come up, but I'm making this like almost like a long form video for people to enjoy later on. So I've been watching some live streams. I'm done watching people live streams. I thought live streams have changed in the future of where I started YouTube back in 2012. Really, I got back in it in 2015, and the live streams that I've seen lately are asinine. I don't know what other word to use, but it's beyond stupidity. Some people, not all. There's a few cool people out there doing some cool stuff, so I can't lump everybody into that. But if you click on 10 live streams just scrolling through lives, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that people, I shouldn't be embarrassed. Why should I care what people do? But I would never do I would never do what some of these people do for live streams to get money. That to me, that's embarrassing as a human. I would never put myself out there writing people's names down on a piece of paper. But people get views. They're addicted to it, man. People are addicted to watching people do that stuff. I'll never get it. I'm old. Maybe I'm old. Just call me old. I don't know. But anyways, so the old timers, back to that, they would never share their knowledge. And I've said this before in live streams. I'll say it here now if it's the first time watching anything on my channel, or a live stream for that matter, is knowledge is powerful. But without sharing that knowledge, it's powerless. When you have knowledge that is useful for somebody to better themselves, and you choose not to share that knowledge, it's worthless. Knowledge is powerful, but without being shared, it's worthless. And I've met way more people that are not willing to share knowledge with you than people that are. That might be a controversial subject for some people, and even tradesmen that might find this video somewhere down the road. I don't care if it's a week from now, an hour from now, or 2 years from now when this video finds them, or whatever, or if they look through my catalog of content. That's fine, but that might piss people off. And me, my personal experience, I like saying the stuff that people are afraid to say, and that came with time, experience, and age. I never started off like that, but I had a turning point in my life that made me turn that way, where I made sure that I never would say, when I left a conversation, good, bad, or indifferent, when I left a conversation talking with somebody, that I said, I regret I never said that to that person, or I regretted that I didn't say something, or share my opinion or voice my concern. I had an old timer tell me one time when I was like very young, and he asked me, he goes, I had a bunch of questions I was asking this guy. I don't know what it was, but it was basically like an old man saying, and I can say it now. So he goes, the only stupid question is the one that you don't ask. I've had numerous times where young kids were afraid to ask questions to older guys. I guess I can consider myself older now. I don't feel it in my 40s, but I guess I have some knowledge of this stuff. But I guess if someone asked me a question, I would, even if it was stupid to me and might not be stupid to that young kid, you can't look at it that way. You got to look at it as a simple fact: is the kid's asking a question, trying to gain knowledge or something. So, and I use that to this day. The only stupid question is the one that's not asked. And I feel a lot of people sometimes are afraid. They're afraid of the answer, or maybe they're just afraid of the repercussion. But I changed my outlook on that a long time ago about making sure that I communicated as best as I could in the situation that I was in. Have I created enemies? Absolutely. And I have an upcoming video in my notes log that I've been jotting down video ideas coming up in the future of long form videos, my 15, 20 minute videos. I try to keep them under 20 minutes. The retention of the, no offense, younger generation is very short. So I try to, I'm not going to say the younger generation is it's different. It's a different world that we live in now. So it's very quick, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. In basketball, they say everything happens in 2 seconds. Clicks, 1, 2. When the ball gets thrown to you, that's the most open you're ever going to be when the ball hits your hands. So I guess it's the same thing with attention span with people. And I guess you can say that for everybody, not even the younger generation. You can even say that for everybody nowadays. Like where people get their news from: TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. I don't even know. No one uses Facebook anymore. Instagram really isn't news. That's pictures, and I promote my main channel and this channel on Instagram. But I'm just saying, the retention span, and you could see it in the algorithm grooves. Some YouTubers might not talk about that, but you could see that in the YouTube Studio app, which is YouTube's awesome for doing that. And they just dropped a creator app too to help out editing videos. So if anyone's thinking that YouTube's going anywhere and they're like, oh, I should start my channel, I did a video on that on my main channel, which there's a link in the description. You want to go check that out whenever. But I did that about starting a YouTube channel, and I'd admit it, even back in the day, I was afraid to even invest too much time into this platform. But as I see it now, man, YouTube ain't going nowhere. YouTube profits off creators. Creators profit off YouTubers. Everybody gets a little piece of the pie. It's just like working, right? It's just the same thing like going to work every day. The company is built to make money, right? Dunkin' Donuts, we'll use them for example, needs to make money. They need revenue, right? You go to Dunkin' Donuts to make coffee. Just saying. You want some of that money that Dunkin' Donuts is profiting from, right? So it's a pyramid. Boop, 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 it all trickles down. YouTube works the same way. And to reiterate, I don't think YouTube's going anywhere. And if you have knowledge to share, like my kids watch video game guys. It's kind of fun. Back in the day I played video games. I don't have no time for video games. I might play like Block Blast on my phone, but I don't sit down and play video games. My kids do. They watch all sorts of mind-numbing stuff. What do they call it? Brain rot? I think that's what the live streams are, brain rot. As you scroll, doom scroll. I saw that in one of my live streams because I asked a question to one of the viewers. I was like, what is doom scrolling? And he told me what it was. But anyways, I feel as though you can make, if you have information and a skill, I don't care if it's playing Call of Duty, you can make money off this platform. Again, YouTube makes money off you, you make money off YouTube, vice versa. But I think it's, I don't think it's a bad job career. I don't think it's a bad path. Will I ever leave construction? No, absolutely not. I will continue to make videos on my passion, which is, my first channel is automobile related content. I love doing that stuff. That's my hobby, that's my passion. And I film 90% of my videos I put on that channel, which Gasoline Garage, shameless plug, go check that out. And totally different walk of life channel compared to this one. This is all construction based. Obviously this live stream is very jumpy, like what I'm going through, touching subjects. But normally when I do a live stream, it's about an hour to 45 minutes after I dropped a video, so we can talk about the video I just dropped. And the most recent video I just dropped this morning was again, part of the series I'm putting out there is should I get into blue collar work, and it is about licenses. So I kind of just rambled way off that, but so licenses, talked about first step, driver's license. Don't have to particularly get your CDL, get your commercial driver's license, but it helps. We talked about the NCCO license, which is a federally license to run cranes. And I'd love to do a collaboration with one of my subscribers that I know personally, so he can elaborate on that license. Then we talked about the different hydraulic licenses that each state has. So that's a big thing that you might have to look into depending on the state that you're in to run heavy equipment. You might need their state license. We touched on that. And oh, another one. This probably goes for any trade. It is an OSHA card. We touched on that in that video pretty well too. There's two different types. A 10, OSHA 10 will get you by just about any job. And the OSHA 40, which is a 40-hour class. It's a whole week. You have to go every day. The 10 hours, you can bang it out in one day, a 10-hour course. And it's good for life. There's no refresher. There's no continuing education. Like some of these licenses you're going to run into when you get these, you'll have continuing education. And that's just how it goes. Like I have the OSHA cards, but there's other specialty licenses that you may run into as you progress down this path. Like a forklift license or a telehandler license, which is similar. But some job placement, workplace, will require you to have certain licenses that require for them. Working at the airport for such, you need certain licenses to work in the airport or clearances. You need to be able to pass background checks. So if you got a federal offense against you, or you're, might not work. Some of those jobs the career might work for you. I know a lot of people that have had not the best past, and they're still fine. They've straightened their lives out. They're on a good career path. They make plenty of money, and they've got a good job, and they're steady. They might not be able to go on particular jobs because they can't pass a background check. That's life, Not everyone lives a straight arrow. I smoke cigars, as you know from the live streams, but I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't do drugs. I can't do any of that. I don't really have any need to do that, so I don't promote smoking cigars. I don't think that's a good habit, but got one coffee a day and some nicotine, so that's what keeps me sane. And then talking to a phone, which I do like talking to people in the live stream. I feed off that. I like answering questions, so I see a lot of people bouncing in and out. It goes from like 10 to 0. It's like strange, but whatever. Time is it? Got to keep an eye on the clock. 1 o'clock already. So yeah. Yeah, and then you might have to pack background checks and then get certain licenses for that particular job. So we did touch on that in that video. So that video is live. It's up. It's not live. I take that back. It's uploaded. This is live at the moment, but this will be a long form video when I post it, after I go through it. I can edit it maybe, or just let it run. Because I'm more of a fly by the seat of your pants type of guy anyways, so. But I will wrap this live stream up if nobody pops in the next couple of minutes. We're at 24 minutes on the live stream, so I'm not going to run it too long. But yeah, like I said, I usually like to do a live after I post a video. I'm going to be doing like one video, one live stream a week. When I go live, it's shit luck, basically. It's whenever I feel like it. I'm not going to do a schedule set time. I was thinking about doing that on the weekends, but then, that cuts into my family time, and I don't mind doing it at work, because I have alone time where I can do the live and pay more attention to it instead of just my private life. So I'd rather just do it here. It's just easier sometimes. It's not saying that I'm not going to do a live stream on the weekends, because I know it would reach a broader audience and more of my subscribers would probably see it, because 90% of my audience is probably working right now, which is good. I'm glad people are working. Hopefully the economy, wherever it is right now, I really don't pay attention to that. I try to stay out of politics. I hope everybody's working. I hope everybody's healthy. It's right before Christmas. We got like 2 weeks and it's Christmas. So everyone's going to go into holiday. Kids got vacation, school vacation coming up for parents and all that stuff. So busy time of the year, which is understandable. So like I said, I still post one video and one live a week. So if the first time you're seeing this live stream, hey, consider consider hitting the bell. You know, you don't have to, you know, whatever. Or don't. Do whatever you want to do. I do this free. It's free. It's free because I enjoy it. And I don't even know if I'm going to monetize this channel. I'm going to be honest with you. Because once you monetize, there's scrutiny on you. But if you're straight and you're good, it really don't really matter. Because my main channel has been monetized quite a while. Quite a while, actually. So, if anybody's got any questions, if not, I'm out of here. So, just to touch base on my my most recent upload, getting into the blue collar trades and licenses. So, if anyone's got any questions, now's the time to raise your hand and say, what are we talking about? Because if not, I'm cutting loose. Don't be afraid. I'm not one of those live streamers that are asking for things. Although questions are good. Yeah, I'll wrap it up in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. We're wrapping up. 3 minutes is a half hour. We're good. I'm good. Did enough talking. Unless questions come across the board. And if they do, I can answer them. If not, no big deal. I'll see you guys on the next live stream. 3 minutes. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I got stuck in my head is that Charlie Brown Christmas thing. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Anyone listen to Christmas music? I love it. I got both my kids. Well, yeah, both my kids listen to Christmas music. I like the old stuff, like Ben Crosby stuff. Maybe that's like a United States thing. Probably. Do, 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 do. Christmas music? Anybody? No? No Christmas music? We don't have to talk about licenses. Do, do, do. 2 minutes. I'm out of here. Dun, dun, dun. Doo, 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 doo.